Hey guys, Drea Avent back for part two. Lionel Hollins in part one. We talked about everything that transpired with the Nets. Now we're going to get into the TV work that he's going to be doing, some charity work, and we're going to do the 3-minute play with DA. Rapid fire questions. You guys love this segment. We're going to find out more about the man off the court. But first of all, Lionel, tell me about your TV offers. I know we talked and you had some offers coming your way. What have you locked in, and where can people see you coming up soon here?
Well, I had done in the past. I had done TV for NBA TV down in Atlanta, and they had inquired if I was interested in doing some stuff. ESPN had inquired if I was interested in doing some stuff. I really needed time off. I needed to regroup,
Mm-hmm.
re-energize, and when you're going through a season, it's really
Yeah.
playing every other day, practicing in between, traveling in between, and then when it ends, you're like, wow, it's like a weight comes off of your shoulders, and you have this, the need to just like not want to do anything for a while, and that's where I've been. But I think eventually I will go back and do some stuff. I like NBA TV. Very very nice people down there, and they've always treated me well, and they've always called me and asked me. I've never had to go and audition or do anything like that,
Nice.
and so it's fun to do. It's not something I say that, but I'm always saying don't ever say ever, never, forever, because it's a long time.
Right.
But I don't see me being on TV for a long time. I enjoy it when I go,
Mhm.
but I'm not you know that gung ho about making it a career. Those people that do it,
Gotcha.
I have a lot of respect. I have a lot of respect for people who have to ask questions.
Mhm.
I have a lot of respect for people who have to talk and write, because we don't think of it
Right.
from that perspective. So uh, that's kind of where I am with that.
Very cool. Well, let's talk about the playoffs are approaching. Everyone's getting excited. Who are your favorites to come out of the East and the West?
Well, obviously in the West, if Golden State is healthy,
Mhm.
I don't see anybody being better than them in the West. But things happen.
Mhm.
I played on a team that was 50-10, and we had a couple of injuries, and we wound up going 8-14 in the season.
Mhm.
We had a first round bye, and we get beat in the second round as Bill Walton breaks his leg in the second quarter of a game we played at home, and our season ended.
Mhm.
So health is huge. In the East, I don't think anybody is tougher than Cleveland. I like Toronto. They really play with a lot of passion. They play with a lot of chemistry and together. They know what they're trying to do, and they do it every night. Atlanta is sort of like that. I don't know if they can overcome the toughness of LeBron James and what he brings to the party.
Mhm.
Uh, but I'm thinking Cleveland and
Mhm.
also Golden State. There's some teams in the West. Obviously, Oklahoma City is very capable of doing something. San Antonio is very
Yep.
capable.
Yep.
We don't know if Golden State can get by San Antonio, because they hadn't before, and then they didn't have to play them last year.
Yeah.
But clearly, Golden State is the best team in the NBA right now. They've been for a year and a half up to this point, and I love to watch them play.
Me
I
too.
love to watch the way they play selflessly.
Mhm.
I love how, even though they can shoot threes, they attack the basket. They get a lot of points in the paint. They help each other on defense, and it doesn't matter who's scoring. It reminds me of our team in Portland. We were like that. It didn't matter who had the highest points that night. It was, we're going to do whatever it takes to win the game. And when the game is over, you look at the stat sheet and numbers are there.
Mhm.
Rather than forcing numbers, trying to be the leading scorer every night, trying to be the man for whatever reason. I think that the team game is definitely the way it plays. I like watching the way San Antonio plays. I like watching Golden State. Uh, I like watching Oklahoma City for different reasons. And Cleveland, since Ty Lue has taken over, has really changed how they play.
Mhm.
And it's just a fun thing to watch. Fans want to see excitement. They want to see the ball
That's
moving.
why we love the NBA. Yeah.
Exactly. It's fantastic.
It's the NBA. It's fantastic. I like how you brought up the Spurs. That's a team that's dear to my heart because I pretty much started my career covering them, working with Coach Pop every day. I'm interested to know about your relationship with him and what are some of the best things and highlights of your relationship with him, because the way that America knows him is different than the way that those of us that have been around him on a more personal side know him.
Well, Pop is a good person, first
Absolutely.
of all. I don't think people, because he could be blunt and
Yeah.
harsh to reporters sometimes
Yep.
and harsh to players. But the one thing Pop has is that he loves his players. He loves for their success. It's about them and not about him. And I met Pop many years ago. We were assistant coaches. I think I was in Phoenix, and I want to say he was at Golden State, but I don't really remember. We were in Palm Springs league meetings, and they used to have tennis day, sports day was what it was called. And they'd have tennis. They'd have 3-on-3 half court basketball,
Nice.
and 5K and all this stuff. And I had signed up for something else already, and Pop asked me if I wanted to play with 3-on-3 with them, and I had already signed up, and the schedules wouldn't mesh. So, but we've always been friends. He's one of my favorite people as well as one of my favorite coaches.
Mm-hmm.
He calls me. We run into each other in New York. Just I'm at a restaurant. He's walking around looking for a restaurant. He looks over, he sees me, he comes over and talks. Yeah. He's a great coach.
Absolutely.
But he's a better person. And, he tried to hire me one time when I was coaching in the minor leagues. And I had already committed to the team. I hadn't signed a contract, but I had already committed. And I told him, I said, Pop, I said, I would love to come, but, I've committed to this team. And he understood because he thinks the same way. And I had to honor it. And there's people that said, man, I would have told those people later and gone. But, for me, I wouldn't have felt good about myself. And then Pop goes out and wins 3 championships, and 2 of his guys go out and become head coaches.
Absolutely.
And,
it's the farm system there.
and I'm still assistant coach. And I was like, what would it have been like if I had gone and worked for Pop? But I enjoyed my experiences in the direction that I went. And I always feel like the way I went is also the way it was supposed to go.
Absolutely.
I needed those experiences to better prepare me for the job that eventually I was going to get.
Very cool. I want to talk about your charity work. I know Lionel Hollins Charities is something that you've been doing and dealing with. So what's new on those fronts?
Well, I'm trying to decide which direction we're going to go. We've done things in Memphis. It was really huge in Memphis. We started out with just a bowling event, raising money for backpacks. Then we raised money for school uniforms and backpacks. And one year we donated all the funds that we raised at our event for Katrina victims. And just trying to make a difference in people's lives, because there were people that came into my life. I can remember Christmas getting gifts that I know didn't come from anybody that lived in my house. And so, and to be encouragement for people and to be, a voice of how and what, a model for people. I mentor a lot of kids, and they'll tell me they want to be a doctor, but they don't even know what it takes to be a doctor. They tell me they want to be a football player, and they've never played football. They tell me they want to be on radio, but they don't know what it entails. So I would get the kids and take them to the radio station. I took kids to St. Jude Hospital, which I'm very much involved with.
Very cool.
Because of the way they do things. And it's just trying to give back. It's been said, to whom much is given, much more is required.
Let's lighten things up a little bit. This is the 3-minute play with DA. Rapid fire questions. Just tell me the first thing that comes to mind. Favorite memory as a basketball player? Favorite memory?
Winning a championship.
Okay.
Winning a championship. Beating the Philadelphia 76ers. And when that ball came off the rim, it was a 2-point game in the 6th game. And Bill Walton tapped it out to center court. And Johnny Davis and myself made a mad dash to go get it. Johnny got it. And we hugged all the way down the court, and the celebration after in Portland is still going on. I mean, I go to Portland, and my name is as big in Portland now as it was back then when we actually won it. So that's the most exciting.
Absolutely. Best R&B group of all time. Could be from any era. On the spot. What's your best R&B group of all time?
Since Maurice White just passed away, I'm going to honor him and his band. Earth, Wind, and Fire.
I like them too.
But if you talk about singing group, you're talking about the Isley Brothers. You're talking about the Four Tops. You're talking about the Temptations. the OJs. I mean, I could go on and
Okay,
on.
so you're
That's,
basically saying like a
but I'm gonna go.
collective shout out to all those
Exactly.
guys.
But
Okay, that's cool.
I'm going with Earth, Wind, and Fire in honor of Maurice White.
Very cool. Valentine's Day is this month. What's the best Valentine's gift you've ever gotten from a female in your whole life? What was that one that was like, man, she really, boom.
I hate to be this way, but I
But you're
don't
going
remember
to.
them.
Dang! Oh my! So no one brought their A. That's
Well,
really sad to say.
no, they
No
may
one
have,
stood out.
no, it may have been an A game at that time. I'm not into Valentine's Day and
Okay, I like
birthdays.
Valentine's Day.
and
I
all.
like
I
having
know,
a
but
Valentine.
a lot of
and
women
everything.
do.
Yeah.
And I make sure that I do something nice for my wife.
Okay.
But I'm not, I'm not even really into gifts and birthday. My kids,
You don't really do birthdays either.
they
Do you do Christmas? Like, do you
yeah,
celebrate anything?
No, we celebrate
Okay.
Christmas. That's important.
Okay.
And but far as, I mean, we acknowledge birthdays and give cards, and sometimes I'll give my daughter flowers. But Valentine's Day and all of that stuff.
It's overrated in your opinion a little bit. That's okay.
But I don't have a problem with people celebrating it that way, and I'll still do the flowers thing, and try to be sweet and nice. But when people do it to me,
it doesn't do anything. Okay.
No, it does something for the moment, but I forget it. There's far more important.
I feel bad for your past Valentines. They just got like. All good. Okay.
My wife understands.
Yeah, exactly. That's all that matters. She's your number one, so that's all that matters. Okay. Favorite athlete, non-NBA. So you have to pick somebody in a different sport.
Well, my favorite athlete of all time, Willie Mays.
Oh, boom. Yeah, I'm a fan too.
If I had said basketball, it would be Kareem or Bill Russell. But
absolutely,
since I can't mention basketball,
well, we did anyway. It doesn't matter.
I got it. I'm a politician now. I got to get my message in.
It's already out there. No worries.
No, Willie Mays. I love Willie Mays.
Yeah. Best piece of advice that anyone's given you?
Well, I've had quite a bit of advice. When I came in the league, Jeff Petrie told me one time, he says, let the game come. Don't try to force the game. Just whatever's happening, let it happen. And that was a good piece of advice. And then Bill Walton told me an even better piece of advice. He says, never be jealous of somebody else's success.
Don't hate.
Whether it be your teammate or somebody else. There's enough success to go around. If you just do your job, you're going to have success. And that was a pretty good piece of advice. When you come in the league, everybody's trying to fight for their turf and be what they think they should be. And just, go out and be what you can be and honor other people who are doing the same thing. That's what competition is. Jack Ramsey gave me advice about it's the small things, it's the details that make you be successful, make a good team be a great team. And I know that for me, playing for him, I was young and athletic and could run and jump, and I hurt my knee. And he taught me how important the fundamentals were and be able to play. I played 7 more years in the league and not as athletic as I was when I first came in the league, my first 3 years. So I've had great advice. My grandmother, she used to say, a scared man can't win.
I love grandmas.
And, that old saying about, watch who you're stepping over as you go up the ladder, because you're going to need them to stop you from falling when you come back down the ladder. And,
absolutely.
Just respecting people. I try to, because of her, being a maid and cleaning houses and cooking for other people, I try to treat everybody on that level with respect, because my grandmother wasn't, less than anybody.
No, of course not.
She just didn't have education opportunities that other people had. So I try to make sure that that ushers, I speak to them when I come in the arena.
Me too. I talk to all of them.
And bus driver, I don't try to be like I'm above these people, because I came from where they are.
Absolutely.
And I had somebody who I cherished that was one of them. And so I respected her, and I try to respect them.
Very good, Lionel. You're a man of the people. We love that. Last one. Favorite movie of all time? I love movies, so I just am curious about that.
I love so many movies.
Okay.
Sabrina. We're talking about Guess Who's Coming to
We
Dinner,
were.
The Heat of the Night. There's the
Okay.
Godfather trilogy. I mean,
Okay.
I can't.
Okay. Well,
There's
it's a
nothing.
plethora here.
Right. There's nothing that you can just single to one.
Okay.
Oh, this is my
I like
favorite.
to try to narrow, but I understand you're you're flowing with all of these,
It's
so
like
we're good.
music. I mean, I go country, western,
Really?
rock. I mean, staple.
What about hip hop? Do you like hip hop? That's my thing.
Jay-Z,
That's it.
Kanye West.
Okay.
I mean, I have a few guys, but it's kind of monotonous for me. But
Okay.
when somebody's creative and puts some, really nice stuff together, I'll listen to it. But most of it, I don't.
All right. Well, I appreciate your honesty, Lionel. Great stuff today. Appreciate you coming to hang out with me. You're amazing, and thank you so much once again. So keep a lookout for Lionel Hollins. He's going to be on TV soon. So thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Drea Avent, Lionel Hollins.